Listen to the Vibes.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. I'm very happy to welcome Suzanna Kennedy here. She is an author, a speaker, empowerment leader, soul evolution accelerator, spiritual midwife, and co-creative partner. Did I get all those correct?
Yes, you did. Right on.
Well, I want to know more about this. So tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay. Well, I used to be in the corporate world. I designed training programs and performance solutions, and I lived in the Detroit area. And so my clients were the automotive companies at that time. And, I just started to question why am I here? Why am I on planet Earth? What did I come here for? And, is it to sell, teach guys how to sell more cars? I don't think so. So I was asking that question, and the universe kind of answered me in a really dramatic way. So one Saturday morning, I woke up and I had this energy just pulsing up my spine. It was fiery and electric, and it was, oh my God, what's happening to me? And I heard a voice in my head, and it was very clear, and it said, "You are giving birth to yourself. Just breathe." So I had had 2 children, so I did the birthing breath, the Lamaze breath, and that helped me to cope with it, but it continued for about an hour and a half. And when that energy finally settled down, I felt like a whole new person. So I felt this connection to everything. I could sense this vastness of being and this love and this creative power. But at the same time, I could see what looked to me like a computer program that was my my sense of self, like my self-identity, my ego. And it looked like a computer program. And so I realized that it wasn't truly who I am, that I'm this other big, pulse of love, really. And that we all are that. And that this, and so I wanted to clear or deprogram that program, delete it, because I knew that if I didn't, I wasn't going to be able to be who I really am, because that computer program was like a filter. It was like it distorted the truth of who I am and who we all are. And, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to do what I came here to do, which was this answer to my question, what is my soul purpose? Well, I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew it was like way bigger than anything that I had ever imagined. And I also had a sense, I knew I could figure out what it was. So I went on a quest to find out how to clear this programming. And I was guided, so that voice stayed with me as like an internal guidance system. And I was led to a workshop where this man had created a modality to do what I was looking for, clear your subconscious programming. So, that subconscious programming, that belief system, the belief about who we are and who we are in relation to other people and who we are in relation to the world and how much power we have and don't have and what we feel like we deserve and what we don't deserve and all of that. That becomes programmed into us in our first 7 years, kind of automatically. Mm-hmm. And then it's the first 7 years because the right hemisphere of the brain is what's most active. And that's where everything that's happening to you is downloading, is being recorded. And that right hemisphere of the brain also is really good at pattern recognition. So when things repeat a whole bunch of times, it's like, oh, that must be important. That, that's part of who I am, and then it locks it in as a belief. And, and then once you're about 7, that's when the left hemisphere of the brain starts to become more active. The thinking, conscious part that, can tell time and can understand, cause and effect and consequences and things like that, and can make, logical decisions. So at that point, then everything else gets locked in to the subconscious, everything that was downloaded. And then, but it has tremendous power because it's now creating those beliefs. It's creating events in our life that validate those beliefs, as false as they may be, and so we start to have these events happening that are validating those self-limiting beliefs. And those events, many of them are painful, and we don't get to express that because we're usually programmed not to express our full feelings. Be nice, don't rock the boat, keep the peace, all that kind of stuff. So if it doesn't get expressed, it stays in the energy field. So all of that subconscious programming and the emotional pain that it creates can be cleared out. And that's what I was looking for. And that's what I found. And that's what I did for myself. And that was very, very effective. I was so impressed. So then I trained to be able to do that as a practitioner. And when I started doing it as a practitioner, that voice, my internal guidance system, started to ask me to change it up, to evolve it to the next level. Because what it was saying is that at some point, there's going to be so many people that need this, that recognize that their, patterns and habits are getting in their way, that they're going to want to, do this kind of modality. And, I'm not going to have time to do one-on-one sessions. And, so we need to change it up so that it's graceful enough, it's easy enough that people could do on their own, or I could do for a big group. So I did those changes, and I created what was called the emotional mental deprogramming system. So that was like in 2000 when I created that, and it's been, available for all these years. And then recently in August, the guidance came in again to upgrade it again and take it to the next level. So I have done that, and I did the pilot program on that. And so that's what I am offering these days, which is called the Sacred Union Reprogramming System. And that is a program now that's going to be live, taking a group of people through it together, everyone, working on it. And I can have coaching and one-on-one interaction, small group. So, so that's what I've been up to.
Now, this epiphany that you had, is that a part of you being an author?
Yes. I did write a book, and I think I started it in 99, but I actually got it published in 2006, and then I recently upgraded it again. So it's Sacred Union, Ascending to a 5D Paradise. And that is available on Amazon. And the first part of it is my journey, my transformational journey, all the things that happened to me after this kind of event, which the Hindus call a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. So, I mean, for a long time, I didn't know what it was, or, the closest that I had come to it, and trying to find out was, people talking about walk-ins, like some other being walked into my body, but that didn't really fit because those situations were usually near-death experiences. And mine wasn't that. It wasn't that traumatic. It was a birth. So anyway, yeah, so since that happened and that guidance came on, I was guided to do all kinds of things and go all different places in the world, and had all these adventures and activations and initiations in Egypt and all kinds of wonderful things. So that's the first half of my book. And then the second half of my book is kind of true to my instructor self from the corporate world, is a bunch of energy tools that people can use. So step by step, how to use various energy tools to heal themselves. So that's what the book is about.
So I started a spiritual journey a long time ago, and then got away from it, basically went back to my old way of life. And here in the last, I guess say the last 10 years, started back on a spiritual path again. Feel like I'm kind of stagnant. So you can help me get to that next level.
Yeah, definitely. The Sacred Union Reprogramming course is coming up. It starts next Monday, a week from today. And I'm going to take, my max is 15 people because I want to keep it intimate and everybody gets, a turn. And I'm going to take the group through deprogramming their subconscious, healing all of the past trauma and pain that might be getting in your way, and connecting you up with your higher self so that it can really descend. So a lot of people do have these peak experiences and they seem to be temporary, and then they kind of go back to the way things were. That's because the peak experience itself doesn't necessarily get rid of the programming, so you fall back into it. So that's, but you can clear that all out, and you really get to have a much more strong connection to your own higher self and, the source and all of that. And you raise your vibration. And so, you're all about raising the vibe, right? So you know that when you raise your vibration, what gets attracted to you is better. Every time you raise it, your life gets more graceful, it gets more easy, it gets more filled with synchronistic happenings and opportunities. And you just start to flow through your life with grace and ease, and you let go of the struggle and the stress.
Can you briefly take me through some steps? Because I'm very interested in it. I felt like I had a purpose, and then here lately, I kind of feel like maybe I don't have the purpose I thought I did.
Yeah, well, everybody, the first purpose that we all have is to connect our soul, to get our soul into our body and fully expressing. And so the way to do that is to clear the programming. So once that's cleared, then your soul can radiate, can magnify its energy field. And for some people, that is all you have to do. That's all you have to do, is just be who you really are and let that higher frequency radiate from you. And that raises up the environment. It raises up everyone around you. So that's soul purpose to me is everybody's soul purpose is the same. Now, some people have a soul mission kind of like on top of that, which is, it's combining your experience, your talents, your gifts. And, when you get your soul radiating through without any distortions, it starts to attract the people who are going to support your soul mission, the people that have the same mission, but maybe different skills that you can collaborate with. And all of that becomes clear. Plus, you can also become aware of gifts from other aspects of your soul that you can bring in and use that maybe you didn't even know you had before. So that is, the benefit of clearing out that subconscious programming, because it's limiting, it's distorting, and you and everybody are love in a body. That's what you are, and that's what we're here to do.
So what do you use to help people to maybe connect with that part of you that I don't know, do you do past life regression kind of stuff?
No, I know how to do it, but that's not how I do it. What I do, and I can do something with you now if you'd like.
Sure, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. So, just kind of relax into your body.
Okay. That's easier said than done with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if there's anything in your body that feels uncomfortable, just breathe some love into that place and let it just surrender and relax into that love. And we're going to give the mind the command to stand back and be the silent observer and recorder of this experience so that it may serve this experience when we're done. And I would say if anyone is driving, they probably should not listen to this part, because you want to focus on your driving. Good. So just relaxing in, opening your heart. And we're going to call on that aspect of you, which is called your I am presence. And this is the part of you that first emerged from source. So you were in source and you had no individualized consciousness. You were just all. And then you emerge and you have the experience of being able to create and experience your creations. That is the I am presence. And that is the highest frequency of you. It is the most loving. It is the most wise. And it is the most creatively powerful. And anything that we command with the I am presence must be obeyed, because it is the creative authority in your reality. So just breathing that in, we're going to do the I am invocation to bring it in. And it goes like this. I am all that is. I am all that is. I am all that is. I am divine, infinite light. I am divine, infinite love. I am divine, infinite wisdom. I am divine, creative power. I am the creator of my reality and the source of my creations. I am that. I am. Just breathe with that. Let your I am presence fill up your body and fill up your energy field. And expand to fill up a sphere around you. So your consciousness projects itself onto a screen that's 360 degrees around you. And this is your reality. And this reality bubble is your creative domain. So just feeling that for a moment, noticing the difference, the energy, the peace. And so from the I am presence, we command that, let's use the triple flame energy, is going to come through and purify your energy field. So the triple flame is divine light, divine love, divine wisdom, in a synergistic blend. And those three flames, they look like pink, yellow, and blue. And they're combining and creating a spiral, a little beautiful, colorful tornado that's moving through your whole energy field, purifying your field. Anything that vibrates less or slower than divine love and divine wisdom and divine power and divine light, anything that vibrates slower than the triple flame is being transmuted into triple flame energy. Just feel it as it moves through your body, your energy field, and your whole reality bubble. So purify, purify, purify the energy field. And we're going to command that that continues until completion. And bringing your attention back to your heart space. Just feeling what it feels like to be connected to your I am presence and a purified energy field. We're going to anchor this in with the command anchor, lock, and seal. Recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration and full expression in my physical reality and all relevant dimensions. So be it, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are complete.
Wow. Felt like I was being hypnotized.
Can you describe the difference that you feel now?
You know, whenever you get really relaxed and God, it's hard to describe, but when how do you feel like if someone is just kind of caressing your skin and you get that real relaxed kind of euphoric feeling?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah. 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 Well, that's the triple flame, and your I am presence is a much, it is relaxing because you've cleared away the lower vibrations that were in your field.
Whenever you get close to that next level, is it, how do I want to say this? Okay, well, I used to be a preacher at one point, and I knew when I was getting closer to God, that seemed like when the devil would attack me the most and things would just start going wrong. I kind of feel like I'm at that point now where I had a mission, and now all of a sudden things are starting to happen to me. Not not necessarily like bad things are just happening around me, but like in my thinking. When I'm trying to think positively, I've got this other voice telling me, nope, 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 you're wrong.
Right.
It's like this, it's like this, it's not the way you think it is. Is that what I'm experiencing right now?
Well, it's not the devil. It's it's your subconscious programming, because it has, like any computer program, it has it has its own protection, or like any kind of consciousness, it has a self-preservation kind of way. And so it doesn't want you to change. It doesn't want you to go beyond the comfort zone that it created. So when you get close to breaking through that, it's going to do everything it can to bring you back. And, so that's the thoughts that you're experiencing. And the only way to get past that is to take that step outside of the subconscious programming's comfort zone. I call it the uncomfortable comfort zone, because it's the ego's comfort zone. It's not, your heart's comfort zone. It's not your soul's comfort zone. And it's mental. So it can't feel how uncomfortable you are staying small. And, it can't feel how uncomfortable it is for your soul to be enslaved to the ego. So, yeah. So it's just, and then once you take that first step and you start to, move with it, the mind has to align. And that's why I use the I am presence, because when you command from there, it has to be obeyed. The ego has no defense against it. And so what happens is that you upgrade your sense of self as you go through this process. So your who you think you are expands. And so the comfort zone expands, until, and then you get to a certain point where you have expanded and you've been integrating the changes and you've been living that life. And then you're ready for your next level. And the same thing's going to happen, but you just know that it just means that you're getting ready for a big expansion if you have the courage to take that step outside.
So even your mind goes into that fight or flight mode.
Yeah, well, the mind is the microphone for the ego.
Yeah.
So that's, and the ego is not in the heart, and it's not, so that's what courage means. Courage means following your heart in the face of your ego's defense mechanisms.
My biggest challenge now is that part of my ego that's saying that, well, you're only doing this for your own selfishness and not really what you set out to do. And it's, I have to say, the ego has a great way of arguing with you. I want to do things for other people, but then that part of my mind is going, well, you only want to do this because you want to make money on, YouTube or Apple Podcasts or whatever. And yeah, that is true to an extent, but I really want to help others. I like helping people like you to get their message out and, to be successful. I want to see people that have gone through the same things that I've gone through and to get past all of it, the addiction and all the debauchery that we seem to put our lives through.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm being held back because of that part of me that's saying, no, you're only doing it for your own selfish reasons.
Yeah.
How do you fight that?
You just say thanks for your input. That's not my truth. My truth is I really want to help people, and if helping people has a beneficial effect for me, that's a side effect. But it's your heart and your soul that wants to express itself. And yeah, you just have to listen to it and have the courage to say, no, that's not the truth. I mean, if somebody else was talking to you and telling you something that wasn't true, that you knew wasn't true about yourself, if they were lying about you to you, would you listen to them?
Well, I'll put it this way. I try not to listen to it, but somehow some things still penetrate me. I have the hardest time being confident. I have the hardest time, um, you know, f- all I want to do is put myself down. And I don't want to be that person anymore, but I've done that for so long, it's hard not to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is the subconscious programming. And so you can clear it if you want to take that step. I'm happy to
Well,
help you.
well, thank you. Well, I know there's other folks out there that feel the same way I do. And do you have a website that they could go to?
Yeah, it's SuzannaKennedy.com. And Suzanna is spelled with a Z, so Suzanna Kennedy. I think everyone knows how to spell that. And yeah, in my program that I'm starting on the 15th is on my website. So the page that describes it is SuzannaKennedy.com/SUR for Sacred Union Reprogramming. Or you can find it in my offerings and services and whatever. So it's starting next Monday, and we only have 15. Well, we don't have 15 slots anymore because people are signing up, but that's going to be my max.
And what's your social media?
Let's see. Facebook is reality.crafting.Suzanna.
Okay.
And YouTube is, I have a channel, Suzanna Kennedy.
Well, I will put all the links in the description to make it easier for folks to find you. But unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. But I thank you so much for coming on.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I love the opportunity to serve. So that voice that says I'm doing it for me went away a long time ago. And, how I feel right now is this is what I'm on earth to do. There's no other reason for me to be here. So.
Well, I appreciate you and also appreciate all you folks out there. If you are new to the channel, well, I hope you'll come back. Please hit that subscribe button for my regulars. You guys are awesome because you make it possible for me to do this. And until the next one, everyone, please take care. Be kind to one another. God bless and peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network